Have you ever wondered what would happen if you took the average modern gym goer and placed him side by side with an ancient Spartan warrior, then challenged both of them to march more than 20 miles while carrying heavy equipment, only to fight a battle right after? Most people would bet on the modern athlete without hesitation. After all, we live in an era of protein supplements, optimized training programs, sports science, air-conditioned gyms, recovery tools, and access to more fitness information than any civilization in history. But what if I told you that the Spartan would probably outperform him in almost every aspect of real, functional strength and endurance? And here's the surprising part. It had almost nothing to do with superior genetics. For centuries, movies, books, and popular culture have romanticized the Spartans as fearless, almost superhuman warriors who were simply born different. We've been told they possessed extraordinary physical abilities from birth. But history reveals a much more powerful and practical truth. The Spartans were not born stronger than other men. They were systematically forged. Their bodies were shaped by an environment that demanded constant movement, relentless discipline, and years of progressive physical adaptation. Ironically, modern science is only now beginning to validate many of the principles the Spartans lived by more than 2,000 years ago. Once you understand these principles, you realize that building genuine, usable strength has far less to do with expensive equipment or fancy programs than most people believe. Today, millions of people spend countless hours in gyms chasing bigger muscles and aesthetic physiques. Yet many become weaker in the functional qualities that mattered most throughout human history. We celebrate impressive mirror selfies and big numbers on the barbell, but struggle to carry heavy groceries up a flight of stairs without getting exhausted. We sit for 10 or more hours a day, then dedicate one intense hour at the gym trying to reverse the damage caused by the other 23. Somewhere along the way, our definition of strength became distorted. We started measuring it by appearance and isolated lifts instead of real capability, the ability to move efficiently, endure hardship, adapt quickly, and perform under pressure. Our ancestors never had the luxury of separating training from life. Survival didn't reward looking strong. It rewarded being strong. The Spartans understood this better than almost anyone in the ancient world. Their legendary training system, known as the Agoge, was far more than just physical exercise. It was a complete educational and cultural system that began when boys were around 7 years old. From that moment, physical development became inseparable from daily existence. Young Spartans ran barefoot across rocky, uneven terrain, wrestled opponents of varying sizes and skill levels, climbed hills, practiced throwing spears, learned to fight in formation while carrying heavy bronze shields that weighed over 15 pounds, and marched long distances under the intense Mediterranean sun. They endured hunger, cold, and deliberate discomfort as part of their conditioning. They weren't specializing in one sport or one type of movement. They were constantly exposed to a wide variety of physical challenges that developed coordination, balance, endurance, mobility, mental resilience, and raw strength all at the same time. Unlike many modern fitness programs that isolate individual muscles with machines and cables, Spartan life demanded integrated, full-body movement. Every task required the entire body to work together as a single, cohesive system. This distinction is far more important than most people realize, and modern biomechanics and exercise physiology are finally explaining why it produces superior real-world results. A fully equipped Spartan hoplite typically carried between 60 and 80 pounds of armor, shield, weapons, food, and supplies during marches that could last for days. Yet they were expected to arrive at the battlefield ready to fight in formation. Many recreational hikers today struggle to carry half that weight for just a few hours on flat ground. How is this level of performance possible? The answer lies in a fundamental training principle that modern science calls SAID, specific adaptation to imposed demands. The human body adapts precisely to the types of stress it repeatedly experiences. Lift heavy objects often, and your nervous system becomes more efficient at recruiting muscle fibers. Walk and march long distances while carrying weight, and your muscles, tendons, bones, cardiovascular system, and even your energy metabolism adapt specifically to that demand. The Spartans didn't understand cellular biology, but their lifestyle applied these principles naturally every single day. Constant exposure to uneven terrain strengthened the small, stabilizing muscles around ankles, knees, and hips. Carrying heavy shields built exceptional shoulder endurance and upper back strength. Wrestling developed powerful grip strength, rotational power, and spatial awareness. Long marches increased aerobic capacity while simultaneously strengthening connective tissues, making them more resistant to injury. The result was not just bigger muscles, but remarkably well-rounded warriors who could excel in multiple physical demands. Modern research confirms that functional strength involves much more than muscle size. It depends heavily on nervous system efficiency, motor coordination, tendon stiffness, movement economy, balance, and the ability to produce force while fatigued. Someone with smaller muscles but superior coordination and efficiency can often outperform a larger, less skilled individual. This is exactly what the Spartan system developed through years of consistent, varied, and demanding activity, not through occasional brutal workouts. So what can we learn from them in the 21st century? You don't need to live like a Spartan. Modern life doesn't require marching into battle or sleeping outdoors. But the underlying biological principles that built their strength remain just as valid today. Start by moving more throughout your entire day. 1 hour of exercise cannot fully compensate for a sedentary lifestyle. Walk more, take the stairs, carry your bags instead of using a cart, stand up regularly, and reduce prolonged sitting. These small habits create a strong foundation. Prioritize functional compound movements that mimic natural human patterns. Squats, deadlifts, pull-ups, rows, overhead presses, farmer's carries, and lunges. These exercises build strength, coordination, stability, and confidence that transfers to real life. Perhaps the most important lesson of all is consistency over intensity. Modern fitness culture often glorifies extreme workouts that leave people burned out and injured. The Spartans became legends because they trained with purpose and discipline for years, not because they destroyed their bodies in single sessions. Real transformation comes from hundreds of small, intelligent adaptations accumulated over months and years. Progressive overload, quality sleep, proper nutrition, and long-term adherence will always beat short-term intensity. Strength should never be developed in isolation. A body that can lift heavy weights but lacks mobility, endurance, or balance is incomplete. The human body is an integrated system. Every muscle, tendon, joint, and neural pathway works together. Your training should reflect that reality if your goal is to become a more capable human being. We live in an incredible time. We have access to knowledge, tools, and recovery methods the Spartans could never have imagined. But knowledge without action is useless. Information without consistent execution is just entertainment. Every workout you complete, every healthy meal you choose, every extra step you take, and every disciplined decision you make is another strike of the hammer on the anvil, shaping the stronger version of yourself. The Spartans were not born extraordinary. They were forged through repetition, discomfort, discipline, and time. The same biological potential exists inside you today. The only real question is whether you're willing to embrace the habits that turn potential into power. Because real strength has never been about looking powerful in the mirror. It has always been about becoming truly capable in life. And every single day gives you a new opportunity to forge a stronger human.